Hi guys, it's Hillary Ramp here, coming to you from the school library to introduce you to a great new database called Digital Literacy. And I just want to introduce you to some of the features of this database, some of the topics that it covers, and then tell you about some quick, easy ways to incorporate digital literacy into your teaching by using this database. So the first thing that I will highlight is just the topics covered. You can see over here on the left-hand side of the screen a variety of topics. We've got cyberbullying and safety, communication, social networking, privacy and ethics, search and research skills, digital tools, careers, internet biographies, and gaming. And then beyond so those are going to include a bunch of articles, videos, audio, photos, a lot of different resources for you to use, multimedia resources on these different topics. And then at the bottom here, you'll see there are some interactive activities for your students, and then resources for teachers and librarians who are trying to incorporate digital literacy into their curriculum. So, couple different ways you can access the topics. You can type something into the search bar up here. For example, Twitter. Click enter, and then you can see it brings up a variety of results here. Another way to find things in this database, of course, you can navigate through this menu on the side, or you can browse by topics A to Z, or you can browse by subject. And you can see at the top here, it's got all those same topics that were listed on the left-hand menu on our home screen. So just to give you a little idea of what's here and also to show you some accessibility features, I'm going to go ahead and click on search and research skills. And how about finding credible information online? That's a big topic these days, fake news and everything. So one of the great things is that this database is able to read any of the text aloud for students who may have difficulties with reading. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that feature. You click right up here, you see in the top right hand corner, listen. And in just a moment.
Research Today. In November 2016, Stanford University published the most comprehensive study to date on students and their ability to judge the credibility of online news.
So I'm just going to go ahead and pause it right there, but you can see it highlights the sentence that it's reading and then also has the word that it's currently reading in a contrasting color. So it's a great resource for your students. Another really cool thing that I want to highlight about this database, you see here right underneath that recording, you can select a language. So you actually can translate any page into any one of these languages through Google Translator. So let's see, which one shall we choose? How about Persian? There you go. And so now you can see if you have a student who is more comfortable in their first language instead of in English, they'll still be able to access the material. Another great thing about this is that you can use it with your world language students. So say you're a French teacher, you could use the Google Translate version from French, have your advanced students take a look at the translation and then see if they agree with how Google Translate translated it. So that's kind of a fun one. A fun thing to explore, and one thing I think people don't often realize about this database. So those are some of the accessibility features, which are really great. And of course, I also love that this is compatible with Google. So right here, you see you have a button where you can save an article to your Google Drive, which is great for those schools that are on track with Google Classroom using Google for a lot of shared student work. So, and then of course we have our share buttons here. Pretty standard stuff. Awesome. All right. So moving on to how you can use this in your classroom. Let's go back to the home page. So one thing, if you're following along on your handout, you'll see number one, make any project interactive. Scroll down, we've got our interactive activities right here. There's a couple different ones, and these can go for really any subject area, especially the ones like creating a multimedia presentation, creating a podcast. These are not limited to English journalism type classes. You can use these across the board. It's really great. And basically, once you click to one of these, it's going to bring up an interface that allows the students to create a checklist for themselves as they're planning their project. So it's a planning tool. And then along with these interactive activities, to really make them more meaningful, if you click to the resources for teachers and librarians, you will see lesson plans right here on the left-hand side. And you'll see that there are lesson plans as well as supplemental materials designed to go with each of those interactive activities. So you can take these just as they are and incorporate them into the curriculum, or you can take them and tweak them and just kind of pick and choose which bits are most relevant for your purposes. So that is a really great way to get some digital literacy into your curriculum. Now, another great thing, if we go back here to resources for teachers and librarians, it's so important to be able to connect your curriculum content to digital literacy. So one great thing is, first one up here on the left-hand side, curriculum correlations. A really cool tool, you click through here, that actually allows you to select your state standards. And they only have the correlations for the computer technology standards, but still, that's something. So you select subject, grade, search, and you'll see in a second here, it's going to bring up the actual text of the standards and then interactive activities and articles that are correlated with those particular standards. So pretty cool. And then another thing I'll point out to you, on the back of your handout, I've gone through each different content area and pulled out some, suggestions for which articles and sections of the database might be a great starting point for you and your students. So, for visual arts, if you go to the tools for the digital age, and then from there, navigate to graphic design and desktop publishing. That's going to be a great resource for your graphic design students. And I won't go through all the different options because you guys can read. You can check out that handout. But there's just this is just a place to get you started thinking about how you might use the resources in this database. You're certainly not limited to my suggestions, but just wanted to give you a starting point there. And then I'm probably going to sound like a broken record saying this, but of course, the last way that is quick and easy to incorporate digital literacy into your teaching is to collaborate with your librarian. We love to help you with your planning, with your instruction and assessment. We want to make your job easier so that you can do the fun part of teaching. So, we are happy to delve into, what resources within this database might be the most applicable for whatever you happen to be teaching at the moment. Find some ways to incorporate some of the multimedia in there. One thing I'll point out, actually, just while I'm thinking about it, is we go back to our resources for teachers and librarians. There's a whole video gallery because there are so many videos in this database. And so in here, all organized by topic, and you can just click straight to the videos. So, videos, a lot of kids really respond well to videos. And so that's a quick, easy way to incorporate some digital literacy, some multimedia aspects to your lessons and to your teaching. But yeah, we're here to help you. We are here to help you make sense of all these resources. I know there's a lot here. There's a lot to dig into. So please let us know how we can help. And I hope that this has been a helpful webinar. Thanks so much for joining us.